Hi guys, my name is Dan and welcome to the channel. Today we continue with our Porsche Guy guide and I'm really happy that so many of you like it. That's why I decided I'm not going to delay it anymore. One of you requested Barcelona, so today we have Catalunya and the track in Barcelona. So let's not waste any more time and let's begin. And here we go. So I'm going to drive slowly, business as usual, so we can talk about all the details. This is a long straight, really a nice overtake opportunity. You brake with Porsche, you brake around the 100-meter mark. It depends. Then you want to go down to second gear, rotate the car here, and then go as close as possible to the inside. Third gear, here you want to be mid-track and slowly close down. As soon as you see that orange mark, it's time to fully accelerate. So you should be able to get on full throttle. This is fifth gear and you will need, you're on the left, you brake when you see that bridge and that white line, and then you're from fifth to third to second gear, mid corner, and then you start to accelerate all the way to third gear, fourth gear, all the way to the left. Then you quickly go to the right to get the best possible entry to the next. You downshift all the way to first gear. You want to hug this inside curb and then upshift to second, maybe even short shift, and then full throttle. Here you're mid corner, you don't want to be too much on the left side, and then here when you see the curbs, you brake from a third gear, staying mid corner. Here you will probably be on the outside here. Don't worry, go over these curbs and shoot for the left hand side. You can stay in fourth gear. This is nice. The car is, you just let it coast, and then when you see you have that corner, you can fully accelerate. This is again a possible overtake zone. It depends how you exited the corner. After that 150 mark, you brake, stay here on the right hand all the way to first gear, one of the most tricky parts or corners, and then you want to exit here on the right. You can cut here. This is already third gear, a little bit on the outside, and you want to hit the apex here so you can start like modulating the throttle and exiting the curb here on the left. This is second gear. Just let the car coast over that curb. Then you downshift again to first gear. This is first gear. Again, Porsche is very agile, so you have to let it coast over there, and then your best weapon is very early accelerating out of this corner. This will protect you from the faster car because you can, if you nail this one, if you get a nice line and focus on the exit, nobody will be able to catch up with you on the straight. So let's now see how all this looks in a fast lap when we combine all the details. Okay, let's now see how it all adds up. I've also added a wheel so you can see the steering inputs. And one final thing, the setup. And the last but not the least and very important thing, of course, is the setup. So let's start with tires. Like in all previous videos, you have to go on track, do 3, 4, 5 laps and see if your tire pressures are between 27.5 and 28, and that's something you should be aiming for. Okay, once you did that, let's do toe. So what I recommend at the front, minus 0.2, at the back, minus 0.12. Camber, you got used to it by now, it's minus 4.0, so the maximum tilt, also the rear. I hope you notice the caster is a bit high. You can even go to 9, maybe 9.2. You really need that heavy feel on the front, so you can be very precise in those corners. Next thing, aero. So it's a bit high. 77 millimeters at back, which really puts the car really high at the back. At front it's the lowest possible, so 53. Rear wing, you can, I recommend it's 12, but maybe you can go with 11, even 10, but maybe you should lower the rear height. But my recommendation is 12. Sweet spot for brake ducts, it's 3 rear, 3 front. Mechanical grip, the car is softer, so ARBs, our anti-roll bars, are softer at the front and the rear. It should help you in the chicane and those slow corners. Brake bias at 50, so again very aggressive. Wheel rate at the rear, so maybe a little bit softer. Maybe this is like the middle ground. Also, you see the bump stop is not at 1, so you gave it a little bit more at 6. You should also, this is something you should fine tune, but if you go with this, you cannot miss. Preload differential at 90, maybe 120 and 90 you should see for yourself, but this is something I find very, very soothing. And electronics, so traction control at 3, traction control 2 at 3. This is again sweet spot for this car in a majority of tracks. The more you get used to this, the more you develop your driving style around this, it will be easier for you when you switch from track to track. Engine map at 8. If it's longer, maybe at 4. This is like a race engine map. ABS at 4. Indian dampers, I don't know what to say. Well, yeah, either you copy the aggressive, which are pretty fine, or you know what to do and use Motec up, or you just copy this from somebody else. This is very tricky. I'm not the expert, so I don't want to give you advice in something that I'm not that good, but this is something I found out to be very okay. In the end, what to say, guys, I'm so happy that you find these videos interesting and that you get some value out of them. I promise I'll be making them in future. Let's only hope that ACC doesn't make like 10 updates, so we have to do these setups all over again. Recently I hit 1000 subscribers, which is so great, and I have to thank you one more time for it. Of course, if you're new to the channel and like the content, please hit the like button, leave me a comment which next track you would like to see, and of course subscribe. Thank you one more time, and see you next time. Bye.